Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay. It's working.
I messed you up.
All right. I goofed today, so I'm going to go over all the movements because I just finished the workout, thought I was recording, and it wasn't. So sadly, you guys don't get to see me suffer today through this one. But I'll go through all the movements and go through the workout with you, and you can pause it at each part. Okay. So mobility and activation. We have ones through part 1. So you have your stretch and activate. So you're going to do 10 cat cows or cat camels, then 10 aside of our T-spine rotations, then 10 of our on our stomachs overhead press, making sure your thumbs are up, then 10 still on your stomach of our swimmers, and then 10 Supermans. Then you're going to go to standing, and you have 10 standing T's just with your body weight, and then 10 snow angels. And then our second part, you're going through 2 rounds, 7 pulses at the bottom of our push-up, 7 pulses at the top, and then 7 full push-ups. And then you have 25 weighted pull-aparts. So first round, you'll do palms facing down. Second round, palms facing up. And then going through those. So I'll go through those movements. Tilt that down. Got a little guest today, my Oliver. All right. So our cat cows, our cat camels, just as a reminder, on your hands and knees, driving your back up, and then driving that stomach to the floor. You're gonna do 10 of each, and then moving on. Next one, you'll have your T-spine rotation, so hand going behind your head, elbow coming down to your opposite hand, and opening up. You have 10 on one side, 10 on the other. Once you're done 10 aside for those, you're going on your stomach, thumbs facing up, and you have overhead presses for 10, then 10 swimmers, so palms facing up when it's by your side, and then coming overhead, they're facing down. 10 of those swimmers, and then 10 Supermans coming up and back down for 10 reps. Then once you're done those, coming to standing. I like to go slight bend in my knees, hitching your hips, squeezing those shoulder blades together. You have 10 of our standing T's, and then 10 of our snow angels going up and over for 10 reps. Just once through of those movements, they're going to go into our pulsing push-ups. So you have 7 pulses at the bottom, 7 pulses at the top, 7 full push-ups, and then once you're done that, grabbing your little weights. You have first round, palms facing down. Then you'll go through the push-ups again, and you have palms facing up. For 25 pull aparts. 2 rounds through. All right.
No, I can't write on. I think that. I always forgot.
All right. Then first part of our workout, part 1. It says 15 minutes, but 14 to 13 to 14 minutes should be more than enough time to get through the 2 movements. So you have push press for 10 reps. If you have a heavy weight, use the heavy weight. If you have a lighter weight, just go for strict presses, 10 reps. Then you're going to go for a 30-second row hold per side. Squeezing at the top, squeezing those shoulder blades down and back. Keeping that elbow nice and tight. 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other. 6 rounds of that. You should get it within the 13 minutes. and I'll go over those movements. Big screen. All right, with your weight, if you have a heavy weight, you're going to push press, low bend, driving up for 10 reps. If your weight's on the lighter side, go 10 strict presses. Once you're in 10, you have 30 seconds aside of our row hold, 30 seconds on one side, then 30 seconds on the other. That's one set. You're going through that 6 times through. And pause. All right. Next. We have our balancing act. So we have 3 rounds, 8 minutes on the clock. So put 8 minutes, 3 rounds for these 3 movements. So you have 30 seconds aside of our suitcase carry or suitcase hold. If you don't have a heavy weight, try to switch your grip on your weight to hold. So like, for example, if it was a plate, holding it up on its side at the top instead of gripping it where the hole is. And then if you have a dumbbell, try to grab it at the fatter end to challenge that grip a little bit more. So 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other. Then you're going 10 total of our single arm overhead squats, 5 aside. Take your time on those squats, make them nice and clean. And then you're going 10 aside of our upright rows, making sure you're pulling your shoulder down and back and just bringing that dumbbell or that weight up to your chest. You can split it up into 2 sets of 5. That's how I would do it. And so 3 sets of those 3 movements. And I'll just go over those. Right. So your hold. If you have a dumbbell, holding it with the dumbbell down, challenging that grip. If it's a little bit lighter, if it's a heavier weight, you can stick with the regular suitcase hold, just making sure those shoulders are square, core is engaged, and you're going 30 seconds on one side and then 30 seconds on the other. Then with your weight, you're going into overhead squats, 5 on one side and then 5 on the other. And then you have your upright rows. So standing upright, we're not bent over, and you're rowing up to your chest. Try and keep that shoulder down and back. 10 per side, so you can split up into 2 sets of 5. 3 sets, 8 minutes. Might be just skimming in on those 8 minutes, but getting those 3 sets in. Next, last station. Putting 6 to 7 minutes on the clock. We did 4 sets instead of 3, and you're going 10 per arm of our floor press. If you have a bench, you can use the bench. Just making sure to engage that core, not wobbling side to side. You have 10 on one side, 10 on the other, and then you're going into 10 of our dual dumbbell or bent over rows. So 2 dumbbells and squeezing up at the top and rowing at the same time. So I'll go over those ones. Remember, going for 4 sets instead of 3. Should be getting through that within the 6 to 7 minutes. Might be a little bit faster than the other one. So you have our floor. If you don't have a bench, single-sided, squeezing that core. You have 10 on one side and then 10 on the other. Once you're on 10 aside, you're going into our dual bent over rows. So slight bend in the knees, hinge at the hips, and you have 10 rows for that one. 4 sets, and then you are done. Then that's it. I apologize for not recording the actual workout, but you'll be able to see me suffer tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day and see you guys tomorrow.